Hello everybody, it is Monday, April 22nd, and it's 4:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Since I'm a long-range weather expert and US Weather Plus, I'm going to go through long-range weather in this video. I have already made my May forecast, but I'm going to go through what it's based on, as well as show what we could expect with any systems or the pattern in the near future. Okay, so let's start with this system which is going on right now. So this is for today, and this is in 3 hours from now. This will be 9 hours from now. So let's see. So this is the scenario for tonight. So if there will be any severe weather with this system, then it will be most likely today and tonight. So you get your cold front back here. You get some of the heavier snow if you go in here, and you get a little bit of severe weather. And if you go into here, so if you would live in eastern Kansas and southeast Nebraska, you probably would have the best chance for severe weather. I don't think there will be a lot of severe weather if you go out of this areas. And then this is by tomorrow. That's by tomorrow afternoon. So you still have your cold front, but you get a lot of heavy snow if you get in here, but you don't get such a big severe weather potential. Because you see the grace precipitation is a little bit far from the cold front. And you see that you don't get enough moisture with this. You don't get a lot of severe weather with this because instability, shear, cape, moisture is all on X. You don't have any of these. You don't have a lot of any of these. So you don't get a lot of severe weather at all. Oh, sorry about that. So you don't get a lot of severe weather at all. Yeah, if you have any strong or just isolated severe storms tomorrow, it would be probably in this area again, in southeastern Kansas, Oklahoma, and western Missouri. But a lot of additional rain in all of these areas. Because if you hit into hour 36, there is no severe weather with this at all. This is by Tuesday night. You just get a cold front, but there is no severe weather with this. You just get heavy rain in all these areas, and that's a bad sign, because you're in these areas. We had a major flooding event in this area, and you get additional rain in here. Yeah, you could get some additional. You guys get some additional rain, maybe nature in some areas. Yeah, and this forms and this becomes a little bit of a line by Wednesday morning, but it's still, I don't think there'll be anything big. And then this weekends. So this is by hour 60. So this is on Thursday. So if you go on Thursday, if there will be any severe weather, and I doubt there will be any, I think if you get any strong storms, if there will be somewhere in this area, just rain showers if you get into this area, possibly a few strong storms if you get down to coastal Louisiana. Yeah, and you could see a bit of severe weather in the northeast. And then this all ends. It just gets some rain and possibly a few snow showers in upstate New York. And then this all goes away. But what I'm watching, and then let me show you the GFS quickly. It shows a little bit more heavy. It shows heavier snow. It's pretty much the same. It shows more if you go. However, there's one major change. If you go into hour 66, you get more chances of severe weather in the northeast. So you better watch out for that. Then you get some lake effect. But then look into this system. This is something we need to watch, because even though doesn't seem to be any cold front, this could still be some heavy rain and possibly severe weather, but we don't get any cold front. We'll see by the ingredients. This will be by the weekend. You see, a 540 line way up in Canada, so it will not be very warm. But if you go into this area, you could possibly see a bit of severe weather, which we would need to monitor that. Yeah, the euro shows a much stronger system than the GFS. So if you would love some places like Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, I said Tennessee, or in Kentucky, you might need to watch some heavy rain and possibly storms. We'll see if that verifies. And then you get this chance of severe weather more in the north. Wait, where was this? Yeah, so you get a chance of severe weather if in the north, because you see a little dip in the freezing line here, which you get a little cold. You get a little system in here. You see this dip, so you could possibly get a bit of severe weather in this area. And this is just rain, I think. The GFS shows a good chance for severe weather with this. So we have to watch for this, because if this would be by early next week, you seem to be getting severe weather in this area. And you got your cold front here, so in Minnesota and Wisconsin this might be severe weather. We'll see how that comes out. If there will be enough ingredients, it can turn to severe weather. Here again, you see, it definitely looks as if you get a squall line in Canada, but I don't think there'll be enough ingredients. That's one problem, so you'll have to watch for it. But a lot of rainy weather. Looking with this, you see you got a lot of rain over the eastern 2/3 of the country with all of this. Yeah, that pretty much disappears. Then I don't see anything more. After that, I don't see anything more interesting with it. So we'll just have to watch for those next systems. Okay, so then I'll also go through the storm predictions and what they're showing with this little severe weather event. Sorry about that. Come on, it doesn't load. Shit. Okay, finally it does. So you see you got your slight risk for southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma. I just can't understand what they're meaning by that strange slight risk area, because you got a lot of precipitation here. Now I've thought that if you get into this area, you have the best chance for severe weather. And you see you get a storm here. You got a few isolated storms in here. I can't show you yet. I got one report of hail in northern Kansas. So I can't show you the GR3 radar right now because the trial period has ended, so I haven't bought it yet, so I don't have the GR3 radar right now. And then as you see here for tomorrow, you just get see text. You got a 5%. You got here 5% risk for small hail and gusty winds if you're in this area. I think. Yeah, in this area. And then by Wednesday, doesn't look like anything severe. at least for now, just getting showers. Even though I think that by Wednesday night to Thursday, it can get strong, small hail and gusty winds in this area. We'll see how that comes out. Okay, so I think that we will be having a pretty quiet May, because I can show you my outlooks. And as you see here, this is the May temperature forecast. Oh wait, let me make this a different color. Okay, here we go. So this is the May temperature forecast, and you see pretty much all of the nation is in above average temperatures. All of this area is in above average temperatures. The only areas that you can see below average temperatures would be in northern Maine and in the northwest. And with precipitation, I think that you'll be having a lot of the country in below average precipitation. I didn't put any well below average, but possibly you could have some well below an average precipitation if you get into this area, but I'm not sure about that. And then you get your above average precipitation if you get in the northern interior of the country, and you get your well above average precipitation in the northwest. You know, it's always raining in the northwest. With severe weather, it's not that clear. It's not that clear with severe weather. I put an extreme risk in this area. Now, as you saw by the long range pattern, the weather models, they show a little bit quieter pattern. So there might be no extreme risk. Actually, I'll think about changing that possibly. But the best chance for severe weather would be in this area, as I showed. Possibly to this area, but yeah, so I just need to think if I'll need to cut to the extreme risk. And you get the high risk in here. I'll keep the high risk, and then as usual you get the low risk in the west. I don't think any hurricanes will begin in May. Okay, you know you don't get hurricanes in May, but possibly into June. That's when your hurricanes will begin, and they'll, as I've been telling some time earlier, they'll head over the east. So my second summer forecast is actually coming out on May 1st. In my second summer forecast, you'll be able to see everything about the hurricane season, and it'll be an update on the hurricane season as well as the precipitation, temperatures, and severe weather. I think there'll be a little bit change in the precipitation, but pretty much it'll be all the same. I'll also involve the Jamstack images, so you'll see those. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay safe with the severe weather threat over today and tomorrow. And then I hope you enjoy your quiet May and your warm temperatures. So have a good rest of your afternoon. Bye.